What up, good people? It's your boy ScooterRay, aka Scoot Key the Lions. And decided to do something a little special this week. Take a page from the Less Than Stealthy Ninja book. Shout out to Boss, shout out to Aranya. I'm gonna hit y'all with a double feature. I didn't get a chance to record it last night, so you're getting both AEW and you're getting NXT 2.0 and AEW Dynamite. So let's get it rolling with NXT 2.0. All right, so NXT 2.0, now that Vengeance Day is over with, they're starting their next line of shows to get us to Stand and Deliver. They've been mentioning Stand and Deliver a few times on the show. So now we're quote unquote on the road to Stand and Deliver. It's happening WrestleMania weekend. I think it's happening the Saturday before night one. That's a lot of wrestling in one day. You're going to have Stand and Deliver. Then it's going to roll into, I think you're going to get a couple of hour break. Then it's going to roll into WrestleMania night one. A lot of wrestling there. But we on the road to NXT Stand and Deliver. First up, we get Braun Breaker. He comes out saying that, he didn't appreciate everything with Dolph and everything, Dolph trying to come. And whoever basically wins the match is looking to have a title shot, most likely. And then it leads to Dolph coming out and basically telling him, look, I know you're the new guy. You're basically the flavor of the month, but you're big in Orlando. I'm worldwide, my guy. I'm worldwide. So basically, them being braggadocious towards each other, mainly Dolph kind of coming up ahead. But, Braun was like, damn the words, let's just throw some hands. And then, Dolph was basically like, it'll happen, my guy. It'll happen. Next, we get... Oh, how did that get mixed up? Well, let me retool that. The first match of the night, we get, finally, LA Knight, Grayson Waller. They're finally having it with the whole restraining order thing, all of that. But it leads to Grayson pulling the fast one. He gets the 1, 2, 3. Knight gets mad. He beats up Waller. He beats up Sanga. Then he beats up Waller again. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this isn't over. I'm pretty sure they're probably going to have some form of a high stakes match or something, but this feud isn't over because even later on that night, Knight had a promo. He's basically like, hey, yo, fam, this feud ain't over. This ain't over. You pulled that fast one, whatever. This feud ain't over. Excuse me 1 second. Sorry about that. But yeah, then we get a segment with Dakota Kai and Wendy Chu about the fact that they're going to be tag team partners. I guess Dakota forgot that she agreed to be Chu's partner. And, because, Dakota kind of has this multiple personality, whatever. They never truly outline exactly what Kai's new character change is, but yeah, she's Wendy's Chu's partner in the Women's Dusty Classic, which starts tonight, last night, by the way. Then we get Cora Jade and Raquel Gonzalez training montage. Cora is trying to get Raquel to get over her fear of heights, so they go to like this outdoor nature scene. I forgot what it is, where you can basically do the high tight rope, and then they eventually did a zip line, and all that was supposed to help Raquel get over her fear of heights, and they're bonding as a team. we'll see next week how it goes when they have their first match in the Dusty Classic. Then we also get Toxic Attraction. They have a little promo, and basically they're going to be watching in the Toxic Lounge, which is the little area that's kind of above the ring and above them. They're going to be watching they're going to be watching the two matches of the Dusty Cup. And, if any women think that they can touch them, they're sadly mistaken. Let me get my words out today. What is happening? What is happening tonight? I guess I have so much to talk about, but we get the first match of the women's Dusty. We get the newly formed team of Kaylee Ray and Io Shirai versus the newly formed team of Lash Legend and Amari Miller. Now, Legend and Miller have been tagging together a little bit on 205 Live before they rechristened it to NXT Level Up. I think they had a couple of matches as a tag team there, but I also think this is Lash's debut match on NXT. I mean, let's face it, we knew who was going to win this match, unfortunately. It was solid. It was really showcasing Lash a little bit, showcasing more of Amari Miller, but we knew Ray and Shirai was going to win. Let's not even front here. But Ray and Shirai wins. They're on to the second round of the Dusty. Then throughout the night, we've been getting these Josh Brooks and Brooks Jensen and Josh Briggs segment. Their names confuse me so much. But we've been getting Briggs and Jensen segments of the night where I guess he was supposed to be doing some type of dating profile, some type of setting up a dating video, and he's been Briggs has been getting Brooks to record these little cheesy online profile videos, which led to basically, I forgot who the woman was like, all you got to do is take a profile pic. So it was cheesy stuff. Let's just face it. It was cheesy. Go get the girl, Brooks. Go get Caden. Be like, hey, yo, get your girl, Brooks. You don't have to do all this. Go get your girl, Brooks. Get your girl. Go get your girl, my guy. The next match, we got Duke Hudson, Dante Chen. This match was a few weeks in the making because, that time when Hudson attacked Chen was out for a little bit because he also had a family emergency. Now it gets to happen. Chen cut a little promo and was like, hey, Hudson can't sweep Persia off her feet if he has no legs to stand on and things like that, And it was a squash match, basically. Hudson basically whooped Chen's ass. I mean, they did all of that just for Hudson to beat Chen with like no ease, no effort. Yeah. Hold on. My yawn was damn near quicker than that match. Well, I'm lying. It was a little bit longer, but yeah. Whatever revenge Chen thought he was going to get, it didn't happen at all. Then, what led to this next match here, Carmelo and Trick was in the ring, Carmelo, a champ, talking his talk, that he bought it and everything. And basically Pete Dunne comes out and was like, hey, yo, you talking all this, you talking that good shit, my guy, let's do this. And Hayes was like, we'll do it when we do it, whatever, that type of behavior, And then from that, it leads to Grimes coming out of nowhere and attacking both of them. Then it leads to Cameron Grimes versus Trick Williams. Grimes gets the W. He's out for revenge. He's out for He's because they did technically screw him over in the title match. So he's out for revenge. He's out for blood in a sense. So they did officially announce that Hayes is going to fight Dunn next week for the North American Championship. So I don't know if it could potentially lead to a triple threat match at Stand and Deliver between those three. We shall see. Next up, we got a Chase U segment because he wants to challenge Andre Chase, been wanting to challenge Von Wagner for what Wagner did. So of course we get him back in the classroom talking about intestinal fortitude and the fact that he has it, but Von Wagner doesn't. So then of course, like typical Chase U segments, one of the students say something, he cusses out the student, throws the student out the classroom. Be gone, student. Be gone. So then we eventually get later on, Wagner and Stone was like, well, fine, you really want this match? We can do it. Just know this is Von's world and we living in it. Yep. Then we finally get the debut of Nikita Lyons, reason of the name, versus Kayla Inlay. Great showing for Nikita. I wish it was a little shorter of a match because it would have made her look a little more dominant. But I don't know if their plans is to try to make Kayla a thing as well, as far as making her more of a superstar. But this goes down. Nikita's impressive. Look on the internet. Just like how the fellas and I like to say, Nikita though. But she's been all on the internet. Every collective IWC fan is all going to horny jail. So Nikita Lyons. Just leave it at that. In between, we get a Duke Hudson segment where he started kissing on Persia. Indy walks in and was like, Persia, what's up? Persia walks away kind of like in embarrassment as if she wasn't chasing Hudson. Hudson makes mention that him and Indy was a thing back then. And Indy was like, that was a long time ago. This ain't like that anymore. And of course, she says all that to Hudson. My man's Dex is standing right there looking. Loomis gets the sad face and runs off. And of course, Indy chases after Loomis. So I don't know if the plans is to eventually break up Persia and Indy. And I guess Hudson is going to be the reason why they break up. But that's where it looks like it's going. Then we get the next segment. The Creed brothers with Malcolm Bivens comes out to the ring to celebrate the fact that they got the Dusty and that they're going to get a chance to challenge Imperium. And of course, you say the name, they shall come. So Imperium comes out. They talking trash. Bivens is talking trash on behalf of Diamond, or the Creed bros in particular. So they get in there, start squabbling. The Creed bros and Eichner and Bartel starts going at it. And of course that leaves Gunther to go against Bivens. Bivens gets on the top rope. Actually, no, I think, did he on the top rope? And Gunther grabs him? Or Gunther grabs him? Well, something like that. But then Solo Sikoa comes out, lays out Gunther with a super kick. And of course, Solo been wanting that smoke with Gunther. So he's going to get that smoke because I think they did announce next week Gunther and Solo Sikoa are going to go at it next week because they even had a backstage segment where Bivens tries to go up to Solo and was like sort of thanking him for doing what he did. And, Solo was like, I didn't do it for you. I did it for me. I said, I want the biggest and baddest. And I'm gonna get the biggest and baddest. Is there any other segment? Next up, we get the second match of the women's Dusty. We get Casey Catanzaro, Kaden Carter versus Ivy Nile of Diamond Mine and Tatum Paxley. The way they was marketing it, they kind of had Tatum kind of working with Diamond Mine a little bit to kind of get her ready. But of course, ultimately, Caden and Casey gets the W because I hate saying it this way, but they're the real tag team. We've said on this channel multiple times, Casey and Caden should have been women's tag champions. They've been the legit tag team the whole time. Before they even was a toxic attraction. Before the way. Before Io and Zoe teamed up, there was always Catanzaro and Carter. Excuse me. They were always a team. They should have been women's tag champs long ago. They get the W. From that, Ivy Nile then starts to beat the shit out of Tatum Paxley. Like, she's just choking on it until Roddy was like, hey, yo, stall out. Let her live. Let her be. And she was like, whatever. Dropped her where she stands. Then we get the main event. We get Dolph Ziggler, a.k.a. Ziggs, versus Tommaso Ciampa. This could have been a premium live event match. This actually should have been on Vengeance Day, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know if they should have reshuffled some stuff, but this could have been on Vengeance Day. This was a match. This was solid. Because if you caught up with Raw, the night before, it was Finn and Tommaso versus the Dirty Dogs. This was a pretty solid match. Of course, like a typical match, it was going both ways, this, that, and the third. But ultimately, it ended with the ref being distracted and the cameraman hitting Tommaso in the back. And then Ziggs hit a super kick, 1, 2, 3. Cameraman takes off his garb. It's the boy Bobby Roode returning back to NXT. So the Dirty Dogs then starts to stomp out Tommaso, and of course Braun Breaker shows back up. They dip out. Breaker was like, well, how about you two go against us two next week? Or if y'all got balls, we could do it right now. The Dirty Dogs look at each other. They get back in there, and the show ends with them brawling. Of course, you know, security is trying to pull them all back, whatnot, but ultimately the shows end with them brawling. And that was NXT this week. It wasn't a bad show. It wasn't one of their best shows, but I am starting to enjoy more and more what's happening with NXT 2.0. I figured 2.0 was going to get more digestible once they stopped doing the franticness they was doing with introducing so many people. Because, I mean, we had to get used to the whole change in mood of NXT. Then you just kept throwing people at us. And I figured once the dust started to settle with that and everything calmed down, it was going to get better. Because the wrestling the wrestling dipped a little bit because we was getting used to the new people. But as far as everything, it wasn't like it was just completely an unwatchable show. You know, so it's getting better. The verdict will truly be out after Stand and Deliver to see what they do after that. Then from there, we could really see where they're trying to take everything. But for the most part, NXT 2.0 is getting better. I can't truly complain. There's stuff I can complain because, yes, at the end of the day, it still is Diet WWE with less calories or WWE Light, but it's watchable. And man, oh man. let's get into this the second part of this double header. AEW Dynamite. They are really trying their best to let us know that Revolution is coming, Revolution is here, and they trying to go for a great fucking pay-per-view. Oh, you don't know why? Well, here we go. Starts off with the tag team battle royal. Excuse me if I don't remember every tag team, but I know we had Red Dragon, the Bucks, Proud and Powerful, FTR, the Best Friends, Chuck and Beretta, Dark Order, Silver and Reynolds, Private Party. Who else? Trying to think of another tag team. I know the Acclaim wasn't in it. Who else? Who's somebody else? Oh my goodness. Was that really on the tag teams? I know one from getting the tag team. Oh, Butcher and Blade. 2.0. There was other tag teams. I don't remember. But it wasn't a bad battle royal, especially to open the show. It wasn't bad. So it was cheeky and clever how they did it because, both members of the team had to get eliminated in order for the whole team to get eliminated. So the way they did it, the final 6 was Santana, Matt Jackson, Kyle O'Reilly, Dax Harwood, John Silver, Trent Beretta. So of course, somebody to represent each team as the final 6. I can't remember exactly how it went, but throughout all the brawling and everything, the final 3, Kyle O'Reilly, Jackson, and Silver. The weird part about this was some way in how they never caught the fact that Bobby Fish was still lingering around the ring because he assisted with FTR eventually getting completely eliminated, but Bobby Fish was the only one who wasn't sent to the back after they got eliminated. He just kept lingering around the ring, rolling under the ring, and it was pretty weird. But ultimately, Jackson threw out Silver. O'Reilly throws out Jackson. Boom. Red Dragon is the first team that's going to go against Jurassic Express. Well, one of the teams going against Jurassic Express. Next week, we got the Casino Battle Royal, and we'll see who the next team is. So, of course, that led to the Bucks and Red Dragon kind of bickering and beefing like, that was a betrayal, this, that, and the third. Then it leads to Hangman Page coming out. Hangman starts beating up on Red Dragon, and the Bucks was like, they ain't got nothing to do with us. Then of course, Cole runs out and tries to stop Cole and Hangman getting to it. Silver kind of throws back in O'Reilly and everything, and then that led to O'Reilly taking a buckshot, and then Hangman cuts a promo in the ring about Cole and basically how he gonna lose at Revolution. Then we get a Danielson interview where he's basically talking about him going against Daniel Garcia and, about how he'll have his answer for Mox later on that night. We get possibly the best thing of the night. We get an MJF promo. And of course, MJF has been kind of feeling a little differently since that dog collar match came out that it was going to happen. So he gets in the ring and cuts this passionate promo about how when he was a kid, he was teased. He always thought he was going to fit in with the football team, and that he was beaten up by the football team because they had rolls of quarters in their hand and they was beating him up. They was calling him very derogatory things because he's Jewish. I'm not going to repeat it. But he said his solace was wrestling. Not only was his solace wrestling, but his solace was his favorite wrestler, CM Punk. And the fact that he knows for a fact that basically CM Punk has his back and that CM Punk was there. And then, 2014, when CM Punk walked away from wrestling, that's when he felt that he lost his hero. Not only did he lose his hero, he said by any means, he was going to become the new voice of the voiceless. He was going to become the new hero to anybody who ever felt like him, because he also grew up with ADHD, but apparently it was, I think he said it was worse with him. So he definitely felt that he's definitely gonna be the guy to be the new hero. And it was a very passionate promo. Like, it was like, hey, yo, like, wait, did it just get real? And he stood there because he was like, after the dog collar match, whatever happens, he's definitely going to win and prove that he is the best in the world. This, that, and the third. And CM Punk comes out, and Punk looks at MJF and was like, was all that real? Was all that real? And the camera cuts to MJF, and he has a couple of tears in his eyes, like coming down his face. He goes, yeah, it was real. And dips. And it was like, just add layers onto this match and onto this feud. But yeah, like that was interesting. It was interesting. MJF gave it to us on that one. Well, regardless of what you want to say about Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and I tip my proverbial hat to you, sir. Yeah. Then before the next match, we get a we get a Garcia 2.0 promo, which they were talking about how dare Danielson try to text Garcia. The three of us came in together. We're doing just fine. We don't need you, Danielson. This, that, the third. 1 second, good people. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Like, we don't need you, Danielson. This, that, and the third. And, I was raised in violence, born in violence, all that other stuff. So I'm definitely going to show you violence tonight, Danielson. Then we get Kings of the Black Throne, Brody King, Malachi Black versus Death Triangle, the Bastard Pack, and then we get Penta Obscura, I think. I can't remember. Obscura. And this is supposed to be the darker evil side of Penta. And in the end, Death Triangle wins. They get the W. And Brody King comes back and starts beating the shit out of Death Triangle himself. And then they get the shovel that Penta comes out with. And Malachi was about to take the shovel and basically shove it into Penta's throat. Basically, kind of just... What's up with all the attempted murder in wrestling today? It's a lot of attempted murder. But basically, the lights go out. And when they come back, the debuting Buddy Matthews, the crowd goes wild. Because it's like, oh shit, Buddy Matthews and Malachi They have history with each other. So what's going to happen? Well, Buddy made his choice and he started attacking the Death Triangle. And they was just beating the shit out of the Death Triangle. And then Brody left the ring and started beating up security. So that way they can have their moment. And Buddy kind of passed phase 1 of his initiation, because he did his little curb stomp-esque move onto the chair to Penta, and then boom. And I made note to Ashley. I said, all they got to do is now Buddy just got to get tatted up so he can truly fit in with the House of Black. And that's what it is. So now we got Buddy Matthews, Brody King, Malachi Black representing the house. And Malachi told y'all, the house always wins. Excuse me. Next up, we get the Eddie Kingston, Chris Jericho face to face. These boys was trading bars. They was going out there just spitting bars towards each other. Jericho was making note that he didn't know who Eddie Kingston was. He thought they meant that they were signing Eddie Edwards. He was talking about how Kingston was talking about how, yeah, we up the road, so why don't you go back to that sports entertainment, this, that, and the third, because this is wrestling over here. Jericho was like, I know where we at, and I know what's up the road. The only difference is I know how to be more entertaining than sports entertainment. You know, it ain't gonna be boring like what's going on over there. And in my head, I was like, you was over there for years. That's not fair. Then Jericho goes on this thing about how Kingston was a loser. His uncle was a loser. Well, failure. His uncle was a failure. His dad was a failure. Kingston's going to be a failure. He can never win the big one. He always seems to get close to the mountain, but then he loses because he has a fear of failure. He has a fear of success and this, that, and the third. Like, he was going in on Kingston. And Kingston was like, well, you know what, Chris? When we do this match, I don't want the Mimosa Mayhem Chris. I don't want the Chris that got shoved off the top of the blood and guts. I want the Chris that was AEW champion. I want the Chris who wrestled one of my favorites in Japan. I want the Chris who turned WCW upside down. I want the Chris that Levesque hated. And it was like, okay. And then Jericho was like, oh, don't worry. You gonna get that, Chris, because I know, and you know, you can't beat me, my guy. So, officially, we're going to get Eddie Kingston, Chris Jericho at Revolution. Let's go, Kingston. Before the next match, we get an AHFO segment because Andrade is going against Sammy Guevara Friday for the TNT Championship. And then Matt was kind of making jokes towards Andrade that is he going to need Cassidy's help to win, and he proposed a match that him, Andrade, and Cassidy goes against, I want to say it was Guevara, Sting, and Darby in a six-man tornado match at Revolution. So yeah, we're gonna get an AHFO match at Revolution. The stable that won't end. Then we get a Face of the Revolution qualifying match with Absolute Ricky Starks versus Dark Order's 10. Solid match. If I was a betting man, I would have bet wrong, considering that we have Hobbs, Keith Lee, and Wardlow in the match. I thought they were definitely going to try to turn this into a beefy boy brawl of a ladder match, but 10 was going for his full Nelson, and Starks reached back and was kind of turning his mask, hit the spear, 1, 2, 3. So Starks qualified. So now we got two members of Team Taz in this Face of the Revolution ladder match. And then I think the next one is going to be Orange Cassidy and Bowens. Yes, Orange Cassidy and Bowens will be in the next qualifying match. But yeah, I definitely thought they was going to turn it into a beefy boy brawl, but they added the Absolute Ricky Starks. And there was a segment of Starks. Well, Keith Lee was having an interview, and then Starks and Hobbs come up because, you know, Starks and Keith Lee are familiar with each other. And, you know, they traded words with each other, and then Hobbs was trying to get in the Lee's face, and then Starks was like, no, we'll save it for Revolution. It's all good, my guy. It's all good. We'll stall them out for now. The next thing, Then we get a segment backstage with Braylon recording. That's Brandon. Braylon was recording Red Dragon and Cole back there talking, and then the Bucks come up and was like, "What the hell was that?" Like, that's what we call betrayal. And it was like, no, it's not betrayal. And it's led to basically the bickering, saying that the Bucks was like, you know what, we can't wait to win the Casino Battle Royal, so that way we can show y'all we're the better tag team and this, that, and the third. And then they walk off, and then Cole was like, I need y'all to get along with the Bucks. We need to make this faction thing work here. Like, chill. So we'll see where that goes. Next up, we get a TBS championship match between Jade and the Bunny. I'm trying to think what's the next plan. Well, ultimately, what will be the plans for Jade? Like, how far they're going to let her win streak go before she truly suffers the first loss. But they try to pull shenanigans with Matt Hardy trying to slide Bunny the brass knuckles. Smart Mark slides the title. She tries to go for the punch. She punches the title. The ref kind of sees the aftermath of it. She kicks both Smart Mark and Matt Hardy out. I don't see why, because then Bunny tried to go for her finish, which Jade reversed, hit her with Jaded. 1, 2, 3, match was over with. It was an okay match. Never at one point did I think the Bunny was going to take this from Jade. Unfortunately, no. You know, whoever's going to take it from Jade is going to be a lot more special than that. Let's face it. From that, Jade gets on the mic, starts talking about how, you know, she's going to get 30-0. She's going to get 50-0. Who going to beat her? Her next challenger, Ty Conti. She comes out and was like, hey, I want to be your next challenger then. So before they could truly get it out, at Revolution is supposed to be Jade versus Ty Conti. They start getting into it a little bit, but then the Bunny runs in, rekindling the feud. Bunny and Ty starts going at it. Ty hits Bunny with a Ty KO, and then Jade hits Ty with the pump kick, and then Anna Jay runs out with the chair. Jade dips out. That's what that led. If there was another segment before the main event, I don't remember. But main event, Danielson, Garcia. Once again, it's this whole showing Moxley that if they want violence, we gonna deliver violence. And it's always nice when you see technical wrestlers and violence, because it's the type of violence technical wrestlers can give. It's different. The way that they'll lock on submissions, the way they'll lock on certain holds, the way that they'll, you know, punch and throw kicks and everything. It's a different level when technical wrestlers do violence and like hardcore wrestlers do violence. Because hardcore wrestlers and violence revolves around weapons and like things like that. But with technical, it's like I'm a twist limb, kind of like watching a Jonathan Gresham match. Because Gresham will be out there just stretching you 8 wells. Why they call him the octopus? Because he'll just stretch you. And of course, you know, they was, you know, committing violence. And ultimately it leads to, which I always find is such a funny way Danielson wins, because he does the way he holds the arms and then stomps you out, then lays on the triangle choke, and it's like, fam, the triangle choke is not needed. They're done from the stomps. And then 2.0 and Garcia tries to jump Danielson. Mox comes out. They fight them all off, and then Danielson was like, you know what, Mox, how about a Revolution? You and I do this. You say you don't like to team up with people unless you bleed with them. He said, the problem is you gonna be the one bleeding, my guy. So that's basically how we ended Dynamite. So, I mean, if we're really writing it down, we're talking about Jade versus Ty Conti. We got the Face of the Revolution ladder match. We got now Danielson versus Mox. We got Jericho versus Kingston. Cole versus Hangman. The triple threat tag team match. I feel like there's something else I'm forgetting. Oh, the AHFO versus Sting, Darby, and Guevara in the 6-man tornado tag match. Dr. Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa. Revolution is shaping out to be, it's gonna be a hell of a time here, and definitely we all get to challenge Juggernaut 097 for that belt back, because it's gonna be some plenty of guessing. And MJF CM Punk dog collar match, definitely can't forget that, because that might be match of the night. But yeah, AEW brought it. Like, AEW is trying to let y'all know that Revolution will be worth watching. So, we have to watch it, because we trying to all get that prediction crown. Yeah, heard. But shout out to the bros, Dizzle, Jaeger, and of course showing some love to Juggernaut 097. Give them that. Right there and there. Thank y'all for watching. Whether you loved it, hate it, don't forget to rate it. Thumbs down, thumbs up, thumbs down, perfectly up. Like, share, comment. Let us know what you thought about AEW, and let us know what you thought about NXT. You know what I'm saying? We talk back, we chat. Let's get these chats going. But the greatest thing you can do, the best thing you can do, and the thing that's best for business, yeah, I said it, you can tag that subscribe button and then tag that notification bell, so that way you know when we upload videos. Be patient. We're still trying to get everything together with scheduling and everything. People's schedules flip, people's schedules change, and we're gonna try to bring y'all content when we can. But thank y'all for rocking out there. Appreciate it. Much love to y'all. We appreciate it. Any like, any views, any subscribers, all that. We appreciate it. All the socials been down at the bottom. Dizzle, myself, Jaeger. It's been scrolling. Most importantly though, be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Just don't forget to tag out. Peace.